You ever wondered why your edits look boring? There is one simple reason and 99% of editors don't even think about it. Imagine going on a battlefield with a stick. You'd probably stand no chance against the enemy. And it's the same with the editing. You don't really have anything to make your work unique. So basically you need tools to make your work stand out. And now you're probably thinking, what do I mean by tools? Well, think of a beginner editor. He probably knows how to edit text and that's pretty much it. But then there's a pro, who's been editing for years, knows multiple techniques and can come up with creative design that actually draws attention. So it's actually pretty straightforward. You need to know more editing methods to come up with something creative. So it all comes down to expanding your editing knowledge. And that's exactly what we're gonna do today. I'll show you a combination of effects to make your work more interesting. With the techniques you're gonna learn in this video, you'll have the tools that will help you bring more eyeballs to your content. But before we begin, it's actually hard to learn when you're wasting time on repetitive editing. Recreating the same animation doesn't really teach you anything new. So if you want to have more time for creative editing, I actually made pre-built animations for After Effects. They save a lot of time and I actually use them for that intro. It's pretty easy, you just drag and drop, customize however you want, and you can add that extra spice I'll be teaching in this video. You can check them out in the description below. Okay, so now let's actually learn how to turn boring edits into something that draws attention. We just need a few effects in the right order with the right settings and that's pretty much it. So let's get straight into it. As for the first thing, what you want to do is create the text. So I'm gonna grab the type tool, and I'm gonna type in textures. Then let's recenter the layer and we're gonna head over to the properties panel. So over here I'm using Articulate CF Heavy, but the font doesn't really matter, you can use anything you want, but I would probably recommend to use something bolder. Then in terms of the color, I'm gonna use this hex code, but what's important is just to use something bright. Probably the best option would be having the picker over here and then just use that slider for the color you want. But I'm gonna stick with green. Alright, so the first thing you want to add is mosaic. This is going to add a little bit of texture to the text. So I'm gonna open up the properties, go over to effects, open up mosaic. And just to make it easier for ourselves, what we want to do is parent vertical blocks to horizontal ones. So that way you can control everything with one property. So now depending on what you want to achieve, you can use any value you want, but I'm gonna go probably for 250. Alright, so I like how the edges look, so I'm gonna proceed to another effect, which is gonna be fast box blur. And here I'm not gonna go for anything crazy, I'm just gonna set it to 1. And the reason we wanna use it is because this is gonna help to meld effects into each other. So everything we're gonna add later on is gonna be nicely blended together. Then to spice things up, we're gonna add glow effect. And over here, you don't want to go overboard with the glow radius because something like that is not gonna really look good. So what you want to do is set up the radius so it's right next to the edges. So probably 40 is gonna do the good job here. And then I would probably go for even a lower intensity. So I'm gonna set it up to 0.6 and we already went from this to this, which is looking much better. Then to stylize the text a little bit more, we're gonna apply an effect called CC Light Sweep. And actually we need to play around with the settings to make it more defined. So first I'm gonna head over to shape and I'm gonna change it to smooth. Then I'm gonna bump up the width to 200 and we're gonna bump up the sweep intensity to 60. So this is already looking way better. So now the goal is to keyframe the light sweep so it moves back and forth. So I'm gonna take the center, which is this dot, and I'm gonna place it at the beginning. You can also mess around with these values. With that being done, I'm gonna make sure that the time indicator is in the beginning. I'm gonna place the keyframe for the center. And I'm gonna move forward by around 1.5 seconds. Let's hit U to see the keyframe and we're gonna place the center at the end now. Alright, so that's how it's gonna look. And now we don't really wanna place more keyframes, we're just gonna use an expression to make it easier. So if you hold down Alt and click on the stopwatch, and then in the expression window, you type in loop out, and in brackets just create a quotation mark and type in ping pong, it's just gonna go back and forth automatically. Alright, so that light sweep is gonna bring it to life a little bit more, which is cool. And now we can proceed to another thing. So actually the next effect is gonna be drop shadow, but for this we're gonna need to have a white background just to be able to see it. So I'm gonna right click, go over to new, solid, let's call it white PG, hit enter. And actually to make it less flashy, I'm gonna add CC vignette to this. And then we're gonna click on our textures layer and I'm gonna apply drop shadow. And over here, let's just bump up the opacity to 100%. And change the distance to 17. Alright, looks nice, and now to blend it together even more, we're gonna apply noise effect. So just set up the amount of noise to around 10, and now the next step is where you can get very creative. So I'm gonna head over to the project panel, and here I got the texture from Texture Labs. This is a fantastic page with plenty of free resources, you can just go over there and check out what they got. Because honestly, you don't really need to use this particular texture. You can use anything you want, anything that matches your text. This is not a promo, by the way. So what I'm gonna do with this is just place it on top of the layers. I'm gonna probably just scale it down slightly. And then we're gonna head over to modes. So just click this button over here. And we're gonna use the track matte and we're gonna parent it to textures text. So now whenever you're doing that, it always automatically disables the layer. So we need to bring it back on. And this is where the fun begins. You can use any mode you want. So let's say I'm gonna use overlay. Now, as you can notice, everything that has these little dots is more contrasty. So this is gonna give you this more defined look. Also, something I would recommend using is probably hard light in terms of that text, because you're gonna be able to easily see the dots. But if you use this, I would probably recommend to lower down the opacity to around 20%. But for now, I'm just gonna stick with overlay and 100% opacity. Okay, so this already looks pretty cool, but now we need to take it on a completely different level. So since we got our texture over here, we can actually introduce our another effect, which in this case is gonna be called displacement map. So make sure to apply displacement map to our text layer. And now in order to make it work with our texture, we're gonna need to change the displacement map layer. So I'm gonna make sure to use texture labs here. And as you can notice, it makes a big difference. So basically it kind of reads all these dots and it displaces the text. And now here you have the control system. So basically if you play around with max horizontal displacement, you can decide how far it goes. So you can get very unique looks with this. And now the whole magic is in making it move. So the first thing we're gonna make move is actually the texture. So I'm gonna hit P on the keyboard for the texture from Texture Labs. And I'm gonna alt click the stopwatch for position. And over here, what you want to do is just type in posterize, and this option will pop up. So just hit enter and in brackets add 5. Then I'm gonna hit enter for the whole thing in order to go to the second line. And I'm gonna type in wiggle and in brackets, we're gonna add 3,20. So posterize time is just gonna lower down the frame rate, which is gonna make it nice and choppy. And then wiggle is just gonna make it move. So that value is gonna be responsible for how fast it moves, how intense it is, and then the second value, how far it goes. So if I click away, you're gonna notice that our texture starts moving. And this is where the fun begins. This is already looking pretty sick. So now I'm actually gonna copy this and then I'm gonna go back to our textures text. Let's go down. And here in the displacement map, what you want to do is set up max horizontal displacement to 0 and same with max vertical displacement. Now we're going to need to open up the properties, go over to effects, displacement map, and again we're going to need to alt click the stopwatch. So here I'm gonna paste what we've copied and we're just gonna change some settings over here. So in terms of the first value, I'm gonna set it up to 5. Then I'm gonna set up the second value to 5 as well. And we're just gonna change the posterize to 10. Now I'm gonna copy this, so just hit Ctrl A, then hit Ctrl C, and we're gonna alt click the stopwatch for max vertical displacement. Let's paste it here, and now everything's gonna move. So this starts to give us a very interesting look. Now here's the pro tip. So now these two properties are gonna go from 0 to 5 and to -5. So now if you wanted to have a different default value, you would just set it up to say 15 and you would achieve a more original look, or say unique. So this also looks pretty cool. Okay, I'm gonna go back so it starts from 0 over here because I kind of like how it looks already. And now if you wanted to control it very easily, I'm also gonna give you a pro tip. So if you just apply slider control to our text layer and then go over to the expression windows and select the second value in the wiggle and then use the pick whip and attach it to the slider and then do the same with this one. We can actually just copy it and paste it here instead. Then we can do all of that with one property. So look at that. If I just set it up to a crazy value, that's how it's gonna look. And let's see how it would look if we set it up to 8. So yeah, it will be just more intense. Actually, it looks pretty cool. Maybe let's stick with 3. And then another thing we could do is make the letters move. So this is gonna spice it up even more. So for this, I'm gonna open up the properties for the text, go over to animate. I'm gonna pick position. And here I'm gonna set Y value to 5. And then I'm gonna go over to add property. I'm gonna go over to rotation. Let's set it up to 3. Then we're gonna go to add again, selector, and we're gonna pick wiggly. So this is gonna make all the letters nicely move. So this is already a pretty interesting look. So in the combination with the texture moving, it actually looks fire. I'm also gonna probably apply one of my text animations from Motion Essence. Let's go for 17, reveal right. So this is gonna nicely introduce the text. And then if you have Shadow Studio, here's a warning, this is a paid plugin. You could replace drop shadow with this. So say I'm gonna apply it over here, and let me just place it a little bit higher, right next to drop shadow. We're gonna disable it for now. Then we're gonna have such an effect. So the Shadow Studio is working a little bit better with the texture. When all these dots are moving in the shadow, it just looks so smooth. And then you can always use it for the black background, just disable the Shadow Studio, and also looks really cool. Then you have the freedom to change the colors. So let me just show you. Say we're gonna use something like that. Also pretty cool. Let's maybe go for orange. Yeah, that's very dope. Let's see red. And obviously you don't need to only use it for the text, you can also use it for animations. Obviously you're gonna need to mess around with the settings a little bit to get a better look, because if you have an animation with smaller text, then you would probably wanna make it a little bit sharper. So, you know, increasing mosaic, decreasing the blur, and that should do. So yeah, just try to play around with different settings and you're gonna achieve really unique looks. And then you can go one step further and just combine it with other effects. So for example, here I just added one more adjustment layer. And this is giving us that LED look, making it a little bit sharper. So this was before and after. So we actually learned that LED effect in one of the previous tutorials. So in case if you're interested, I'm just gonna leave it on the screen, so you can just click on the video. And with that being said, we're gonna wrap it up here. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and I will see you in the next one. Cheers guys.